All right, we're in the opening round of the Clifftop Links tournament in the rookie division. So let's get started here. So going in, there's one person was a minus 13. We had several at minus 12, and the one in second place separating themselves with a Albie on 9. And in my other bracket, I saw several people with Albies on 9, so I'm going to have to look at 9 and see if there's some trick here, because 9 is a hard hard hold to Albie. Looks like top 50 coming in. Minus 10, few minus 9. So looks like if you're going into the weekend round, minus 20 is probably going to be the minimum score you're looking at in order to qualify for the weekend round. There may be a few minus 19s. I'd say minus 19 is probably going to be about as low as it gets to get into the weekend round. So as you're going through your stuff, just trying to play consistent, play one hole at a time. I told my teammates this morning, if you have a bad hole, don't get discouraged about it. Just forget about that hole and move on. It's one hole at a time. So let's take a look at hole number 1, just to refresh my memory. All right, big topper. Now what I was doing is I was using a Kingmaker here, but I found that the Kingmaker was actually giving me so much curl that it was putting me in between clubs. And what I really want to be is in my minimum Hornet range. If I'm in my Rapier, it's going to be 1.7, 1.8. It's like 1.75 per ring. And I'm going to use a big topper. My big topper is 15% accurate, so that means it's 2.7 per ring. Whew, that's big. That is a very inaccurate club. So we want to leave ourselves lots of room down there at the bottom. And let me make sure. Yep, all right. I was looking at my usual suspects just to make sure I had the right rough iron and sand wedge in case I get into the mix down there. The bad thing about getting into the mix down there is that you're coming at the green from a really poor angle. So ideally we just want to get out in front. Here we go. Hole number 1. It's really important to have a good opening round. Separate yourself a little bit as far as tiebreakers go. My goal coming in here is minus 28. Maybe a couple rings off. Top spin's the most important thing here. So it's 2-3. And I'm going to add on a little bit, so I'm going to do a full ring adjustment. That's about a 10% adjustment. Isn't it perfect? And it looks like that'll get over nicely. And where I was at was I was up in this area right here. It wasn't a huge difference, but the deal is that little bit was putting me right at my transition between my short iron and my wedge, and it was forcing me to use my wedge, and it was forcing me to use my wedge with a little bit of topspin. So that means that I had to be a little further back, which meant I engaged a little more of that hillside. And what I'd like to be is a little higher up on that hill, so the hill's not as big a factor. You're coming at it on that side right there with the least amount of hill, but I'd much rather take this with my short iron, and my short iron is 2.2 per ring at minimum club, and I should be right at minimum club. My opponent hits over nicely, same area. They should be in a short iron as well. All right, there's minimum club, so it's 2.2 per ring. I apply just a little bit of backspin. .2 per ring. It's a 2-ring pull. Just trying to hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Give myself a look. Give myself a look. Oh, that is a heartbreaker. You notice I set up just on the edge of the cup. My note said to set up half a cup to the left. There's an irregular bounce right there. and I did not trust my notes. Yup. Heartbreaker. Gotta go run and put my garbage out before the garbage man drives off. In the cup. Nice shot. Alright, hold on. Alright, that was hole number 1 of the Clifftop Links Tournament. Thanks for watching.